Hey, non-gaming unicorn, do you approve of this?
No.
Thanks, non-gaming unicorn. I'm going to be playing the Zombicide scenario C23 Day 0, which is part of the Zombicide Compendium #1, and it's also on the Guillotine Games website. They do have this scenario listed, and I'll put a link to it down below. It's one of the free scenarios that you can download. And well, this one's Day 0, and it's the beginning of the zombie apocalypse. I'll show the map setup once I get the map set up, and then I'll do a roundup about what I'm gonna about the results of the game. And I'm going to be playing with the original 6 characters from the original Zombicide Season 1. And there's a group called Crit Camp, and they do a play-by-play analysis of a lot of the Zombicide scenarios. And what they do, they call it lore, which is when some game activity matches the character's picture or what they believe the character is all about. And I pre-selected weapons and items based on lore, and based on the, this is the beginning, Day 0 of the zombie apocalypse. And, well, we'll go over it. So Phil, the cop, is going to be set up. He's got a pistola because he's a member of the police, and that's his special ability, so I just gave him the pistol. Now he's going to be interacting at the beginning of the zombie apocalypse. He's interacting with Josh, who I gave a baseball bat to because he's on his way to a baseball game. He's quite the athlete. All right, and then Wanda, the waitress, she's in the diner, and I didn't give her a chainsaw, but I did give her the pan, because that would be the weapon that would be most readily available to her in the diner. And she's got a pan. She can bring home the bacon, fry it up in this pan, and never let you forget you're a man. All right, Amy. I gave her the katana. She would have it in her collection at home, as part of being a goth. And so she would just, when the stuff went down, she'd be grabbing that katana. Okay, and Doug, I gave the fire axe to because, he'd be searching the office building that he starts out in, and I think the nearest weapon he could get would be the fire axe. He'd break into the fire axe in the hallway near the fire alarm, and he wouldn't have a gun or anything like that. At least I don't think. Ned, I gave a crowbar to because he starts out in front of his building and he's locked out, so he'd be trying to get in with a crowbar. And I don't think that's what's kind of unclear in the scenario listing. They say that they have his medical kit and his arsenal inside the building that he doesn't have the key for, and they said there's no key anywhere on the board. So that kind of leads you to believe that, well, you can't get in, so why even try? And he's but why would they have that? Why would they have those colored objective markers unless you could get to them with a crowbar? So I'm kind of going back and forth on whether or not I'm going to allow him to open that door. But it's either way, he might be trying to get in just to get his things, even if he couldn't. So he'd be using a crowbar. All right, so these are the 6 characters. In a minute, I'll show the board setup, and then I'll show the aftermath. All right. One more thing about Wanda is she can go out and search the pitmobile for a better weapon. So that the pitmobile is parked right outside the diner, so they're the frying pan is not necessarily going to be her main weapon. Oh, I replaced the I replaced the first player marker, the plastic skull that anybody could have. I got a 1/6 scale, which is G.I. Joe scale chainsaw for the first player marker, and I think that's more whimsical than the plastic first player marker. Although the first player marker that's a skull, I'm thinking about putting some lights to make the eyes light up. So, but in the meantime, I'm going to be using this chainsaw as the first player marker. I have to use my indoor voice because I'm in the public library, but here's the setup. The Pitmobile and Wanda, Crazy Ned, and my glow-in-the-dark dice. I've also upgraded to the plastic counters, and a couple of notes on the figures. I use the ultimate, I'm using the ultimate Amy. I like the figure better. Plus, if she's making coffee per the scenario rules, she'd probably be, dressed for, going to work instead of in the fishnets. And then for some reason, I couldn't find the Josh figure, so I have another emo team from that I use in Dead of Winter. We have Phil. It's a police car. Old Doug. And old Ned. Okay, so let the Zombicide begin. Okay, all the survivors got killed. Wanda and Josh were the last to go. 107 walkers were killed. 7 fatties, most of them killed by Wanda. Phil was pretty much ineffective driving the police car and running over walkers. He killed a few, but this scenario is kind of hard. One thing I think I might do in the future is just kind of keep track of all the stats and everything on a piece of paper, because I tend to forget to move the slider, move the slider around. Just kind of use the sliders just for equipment. All right, well, this game was kind of disappointing because it's pretty hard because you have to one survivor has to get 43 experience points, and I think maybe if I just would have had Wanda going around grabbing the X's, for the 5 points, that might have been better. All right, well, thanks for watching. Subscribe if you like the video. Give me a hearty thumbs up. Bye now.